Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Akshay Sinha and welcome back to the Red Devils podcast. Erik tenhag spoke to media outlets Wednesday afternoon, yesterday, against Europa League clash against Real Sociedad, and I am banged. By far, I think this is the best press conference by Erik tenhag. He was blunt. He was actually blunt about few of the things we're going to talk about, and there's lots to talk about. So without wasting any further time, let's go. So basically, Erik tenhag. Before we go to Erik tenhag press conference, I really want to remind everyone. I really hate saying this, but David Silva, ex-Man City player, I really hate that guy. I mean, he's a nice player, he's a good player. He was playing for Man City and he played quite well. But I really hate that guy. I don't want him to play good against us. Obviously, I know Scott McTominay won't start tonight. It's a match day, so I don't really believe that Scott McTominay is going to start. But I really want someone to tackle him. I really want that guy out of the Old Trafford. I don't want him to do anything. People may say this is very idiotic and hate. You don't need to hate someone, but as far as you are Liverpool and Man City player, I really do hate you, and you can't do shit about it. Why did you sign for that particular team? I don't know why, but still, I just hate those people. Anyways, let's move on to Erik tenhag. This is not a Man City or Liverpool fan channel, so let's move on to Erik tenhag press conference, and this is a bloody press conference reaction. And like I said, this is by far the best press conference ever taken by Erik tenhag. He was asked a couple of very good questions. We're gonna dwell into that also, but he was asked about injuries, and he was asked about Anthony Martial, and he simply said Anthony Martial is out, and he has started some sort of training. I think this is individual training. He is not trained with the proper team, as in on the training grounds. So I don't believe there are some outlets that are actually mentioning that Anthony Martial is out until end of September. So that is a big blow for us. I mean, those people who are fans of Anthony Martial, I really like him. I really like Anthony Martial. When we signed him, I really wish that he comes back and he work on his fitness and form, and so that we need that number 9. We need that poacher sort of a player who can hold up the play and pass on to the another person and make some changes. But it's okay. Sort of, he's now reminding me of Edison Cavani. A younger version of Edison Cavani, although he is quite old. I think he's 27 or 20. I think he's 26 or 27. But he's sort of reminding me of Edison Cavani now. He's very injury prone these days. His form is not good, and when his form was good, he was again injured. So he picked up a knock, and that's quite disappointing when you see a Man United player like that. But moving on, today is a match day against Real Sociedad. It's a Europa League match, bloody Farmers League. I really don't care about that, but we did won the Europa League under Mourinho in 2016-17 campaign, I guess. I think I need to brush up on that, but still, I really am not sure about this. But I think 2016 or 17 it was campaign. It was, and recently he was asked about Eric Bailly's comments on favoritism in Man United dressing room regarding English players, and he was he was scrutinized by British media outlet that he needs to work on himself, and he's making rash comments about his ex teammates or ex management. I didn't think so. He's wrong. I mean, obviously, when Erik tenhag was asked about it, he simply said that this happened under previous managers, and this doesn't concerns him because he is now here, and nationality won't come under his team selection. And we have seen that quite a bit because Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, these are sort of English players who are actually managers were not pretty much. They were not pretty favorites, but they were a little bit biased as far as nationality was concerned. Even I think there was some top management issue that they wanted English players to be on the starting 11 every single week in week out, regardless of what their form is, regardless how bad they are performing. And we have Harry Maguire as the best example for it. So that was pretty obvious that yes, there was a little bit of favoritism in the Man United dressing room under Solskjaer, even under Mourinho, even under Ragnick. So there was some little bit of favoritism and which Erik Bhai had to face. But I think if he had stayed this season or something, he had talked to eriktenhag something about it, there was definitely a very good chance Erik Bhai, because for me Erik Bhai was a good defender. Just like Anthony Martial, he need to work on his fitness, but he was a very good defender. He was much. I would pick Erik Bhai over Harry Maguire every single week. Like I've been saying this a lot, Harry Maguire is just shit. He is a joke of 80 million pound defender, which we should have bought 2 or 3 players from some different league. But it's okay. I think Harry Maguire is past now. I mean, we will see Harry Maguire again someday or another. Maybe tonight he'll start against Real Sociedad in Europa League, because you can't start Varane and Martinez in every single game. You need to rotate your squad. But still, what Erik Bhai said about favoritism, I think that's true. I also believe that under eriktenhag, that won't come as a that won't come outright, because we have already seen he dropped Harry Maguire. He took away the captaincy. Last game, I was really disappointed when Harry Maguire came onto the pitch and he was given the armband. That was really disappointing for me, because I think Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, even Varane, these 3 players are the top contenders for the captaincy, and I don't think anyone else is really up to the billing. So I don't want anybody else to captain the Man United side. But anyways, moving on, he was also asked about the rotation of the squad in Europa League, because you can't, like I said, you can't start Varane, Martinez in every single game. You can't put your right back, left back in every single game. You need to rotate your midfield also, because midfield is the most important. This has been quietly said quite few times, that games are won in the midfield. So you need to rotate your midfield also. You can't just rely on 3 or 4 players to play every single game and brilliantly again. So you need to change, rotate your squad. And I really want to quote this. I have written this down, and I really want to quote this. What eriktenhag said about this, which most of United fans wanted to hear this from any sort of manager. And just listen to this. We have to win every game. We have to win every tournament. So we have to take everything serious. We not only have a team, we have a squad, that's clear, but we have to win every game. That is the mentality Manchester United needs. And bang on eriktenhag, bang on for that, bang on for putting this outright, that Manchester United lacks that ability. Manchester United players lacks that motivation. They lack that passion. They lack that ability to perform under pressure. And that is what you want from Man United players, because we have seen in the past many times, whenever a crunch situation arises, or you need players to perform under pressure, Man United players simply bottle it up. We were the new Arsenals. I mean, I really don't want to talk about Arsenal as of now, but I actually, when I've been watching Man United games for the past 6 to 7 years, we were actually playing like the younger Liverpool side before Jurgen Klopp, and we don't really need Jurgen Klopp. I think he's going to be the next manager to get sacked. But I really actually thought the way Man United was playing for the past 5 to 6 years, they were like, the moment this team was under pressure, they simply used to bottle it, and that was very disappointing to see, because these are professional footballers. They are sort of supposed to be the world champions. They're supposed to be the next set of players who's going to take Man United more ahead, and that is very disappointing to see, because these players were simply lacking the ability to win every single game, play every match with that particular passion. So that was very disheartening to see as a Man United fan. So I really hats off to eriktenhag for stating this outright, that Man United lacks that ability. Of course, he didn't never said these words, but somehow you can get the gist of it, that Man United lacks that ability. Man United doesn't go for every single match as we need to win this, as this is a crunch match, this is a crucial match. So you need to have that mentality when you're playing on the world level. If you want to become world champions, you want to become Premier League champions, you want to play in the Champions League, you have to behave like that. You have to play like that every single week in, week out. I was really happy with that answer. And then he was asked कि will you be able to try and keep every Man United player happy? And again, I applaud eriktenhag for saying this outright. He simply said, I can't keep everyone happy, and whichever player comes into that starting 11 or is on the bench, whenever they get their chance, they need to perform well to stay in the team. I think that is the best reply to the media, to any media outlet by any Man United manager, that we are not playing any favorites here. If you want to play for the team, you want to be the starting 11, perform on the pitch. You can't just boast around that you're a English player or you're a big money man, big money player, big name player in the footballing world. And that actually follows up a question, because he was asked about last game's team selection. He was asked about why he chose Scott McTominay over Casemiro, and Casemiro didn't start that game. Is that like, if even you're a big player name, a big money player, or you have a big name in the footballing world, you won't be getting starting point just because you are that sort of a big shot. And he simply said he chose McTominay because he was playing good. He chose the same team because the team was playing good, and he was happy with the bench because he has a very strong bench as of now, and he believes that whenever the player on the bench plays on the field, he has to give 100%, he has to give more than 100% to stay in the field. If you want to be the starting 11, perform well. You can't just use your big name, and that actually proves around, because Ronaldo hasn't been starting since Brentford. He was also asked about Ronaldo. We're going to get into that a little bit later. And we have seen Ronaldo is a big name. Everybody knows Cristiano Ronaldo. But he has not been getting starts because the team is, as of now, the team is playing well at the moment. So he doesn't need to, experiment a little or, make some changes about the starting 11. He chose McTominay because McTominay is playing well. I don't believe that, because McTominay was playing a little bit average. He wasn't even playing that good. But yes, against Arsenal, McTominay did great. So that was just an example of stating this outright, that if you are a big player, if you are a big money man, doesn't matter. If you want to stay in the start 11, if you want me to pick you every single game, you need to perform well on that pitch. You need to play a good game every single time when you are selected, and that is what you want from a bloody manager. You can't expect that a manager is going to play his favorites. You can't expect that a manager is going to choose you every single time. That is very idiotic, because your team is not, if the team is not doing well, there's no point of selecting that particular squad every single time. So that was a very big statement, and I was really happy with that. We have a manager now who's not gonna pick favorites in the starting 11. He's not gonna choose his go-to-be man, that okay, you're my captain and you'll play every single game. And the moment he kicked Harry Maguire out of the team, I was really happy with that selection, and I actually believe that statement. The moment he was asked this question, I don't remember the journalist who asked him, but the moment he was asked this question, I actually heard that question, I was really happy to see the response from eriktenhag, because I actually believe him. He has not picked Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. Even when we signed Casemiro, he was supposed to be the sort of a midfielder who could just walk into the Man United side, but still Casemiro is on the bench. Ronaldo hasn't started since Brentford, although he played very well whenever he stepped on the pitch, and that shows you the lack of nervousness. This is the sort of manager who isn't nervous, who isn't scared of British media outlets, who isn't scared of any particular ex-player, or ranting about it that he's not picking English players, he's not picking the English stars. So that's really good to see in a Man United manager. It's not about English players, right? It's about Manchester United, and he needs to pick those sort of players who are actually playing that good on the football field, and not in the dressing room or the training grounds. So again, he was asked about Thomas Tuchel sacking from the Chelsea board. He was asked about that also. He simply said that this is not Chelsea, this is Man United, and I don't really want to comment on that. But I was actually surprised when I got that news that they sacked Thomas Tuchel from Chelsea, because That guy gave you a Champions League. Our start of this campaign was much dreadful than Chelsea's, and still Thomas Tuchel got sacked. So somehow I was actually surprised to see that, but that's football. In fact, that's Chelsea. New owners, new manager, new everyone. They don't give a shit about any loyalty towards anyone. Anyways, let's move on to another thing. He was actually asked about Marcus Rashford. That there is a big, drastic change in Marcus Rashford's performance. He's performing great. He's performing brilliantly. And is there something they are trying on the training grounds? And he simply said that what you see is a happy Marcus Rashford. And they tried something in the preseason. They have been trying a little different things on the training field, and which ultimately made him rejuvenated his footballing career, because I think Rashford was actually becoming Rashford. Week in, week out, he was putting on a dreadful performance, and I really wanted to just drop him off the team, give him a week or a month, just get out, at least take a rest, go on a vacation, do something about it, and then come back little bit better, and then play your natural game. And I still believe, I respect eriktenhag's decision of playing Rashford as a centre forward. I still believe Rashford's the actual fruitful position would be on the left wing. The runs he can make, the crosses he can deliver into the penalty box, I don't think so he's gonna be able to do that in the as playing as a centre forward. And I don't think his game suits as a centre forward. He's more of a left side winger or right side. Well, now we have Antony and Sancho, so you don't want him to play on that side, but definitely I really want Rashford to play on the left wing. He has scored 3 goals up until now. He scored twice he scored a brace against Arsenal, and all those 3 goals came from the left wing. So you somehow get the idea that, okay, he's playing on the left wing. I really hope that Anthony Martial comes back and Ronaldo starts playing in the starting 11, so that eriktenhag actually moves Rashford to the left. I really want him, Rashford, Ronaldo and Sancho, or Antony, make up a good pair, make up a brilliant touch of tiki-taka or something, so that there is some passion, flair on that footballing field. You want Man United players to play like that. You just don't want to score a goal and just sit back, or at least try counter-attacking every single time. So that really needs to be done. I was really happy about it. He was also asked about Rashford's contract situation, because Marcus Rashford's contract is about to expire, and that is the reason previously we heard that news that Marcus Rashford's representatives were in PSG to talk to PSG staff, and that was ridiculous. That was just a popularity stunt just to make Man United do something about it. And eriktenhag simply said this, that Manchester United is in completely control of it. There's no situation of him being contract out, because I think even if his contract runs out this year, there is still an option of extension of another year. So I think Man United are completely in control, and Marcus Rashford is going to sign a new contract. That's the proper thing. Maybe he's doing this, maybe he's playing well enough for that contract deal, and he wants Man United to offer him a good deal. And definitely Man United consider Rashford as one of the big stars in the club, so they will definitely give him a new contract with more wages, with more amenities, and maybe something else for the weekend. Let's not talk about that, but definitely Marcus Rashford is going to sign a new contract, I think before December, or maybe after the international break. I don't think so they're going to let it go that far, like Ander Herrera or and Matic. So I really believe that Man United are going to offer him a new contract just after the international break, and that is quite that quite works for Marcus Rashford also. And lastly, he was asked about Cristiano Ronaldo's future, whether he's going to be a starter from now on, whether he's going to be starting centre forward for the rest of the season, and whether, given his age of around 40, whether he'll be playing every single game week in, week out for the team, whether he could play every single game week in or week out. And to which he simply replied one word: of course, definitely. So that was from Erik ten Hag, and I think by far this was the best press conference by Erik ten Hag. He was blunt. He was actually asked quite a few good questions. The question about choosing Scott McTominay over Casemiro, and it's not about being the big money player. That was a really good question, and I really, the moment he replied that. He gave a befitting reply to that question. I was actually happy with that press conference. For me, press conference, this was the best press conference spoken by any Man United manager in the past 7 to 8 years. Either it was Mourinho, Solskjaer, Ten Hag, Van Gaal. I think this was the best press conference by any former Man United manager, because he was being blunt, and that is what you want from a Man United manager. Anyways, now we are wrapping this up, and please, like I have I've always said this, please subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, support the channel. And today is match day, so let's hope that Man United kicks Real Sociedad also, and somebody in that playing starting 11 kicks David Silva out of Old Trafford. Other than that, let's just hope Man United rocks. At least we really want a Europa League win, because if there is a chance that we won't reach the top 4, I really hope that doesn't, works out like that. But we really need a trophy this season. I really want Man United to win this Europa League. But anyways, let's please let's just. I don't know why at the end of the video I just get all confused and I behave like that, like this a neurotic buffoon. But still, please stay connected. Stay connected for the match reactions, because today is a match day. We'll definitely post a video. I really hope that we play well and we win. So I just hope that the match reaction video is a nice video. I'm not just sitting and sulking around. So let's stay connected with that. Please take care of yourself, stay healthy, and please pray for Man United. We really need that. Till then, take care. Bye bye.